So Tim, thanks ever so much for taking the time to come and chat to us today. You were talking earlier about the Malawi Orphan Project that you're involved with. Can you explain a bit about that?
Yeah, we connected with an orphanage in Malawi a couple of years ago, and we've supported them with cash donations, but also with clothing for the kids in the orphanage. And last year we actually ran a draw for 2 of our people to go out there, experience the work that the orphanage does, and the hospital that they provide as well for medical care for the kids. And so anybody that was interested in going out to Malawi, the company funded for a week, which was great. It allowed us to connect personally with the people there that do all that work. So yeah, we sent Ailsa and Rob out there.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Similar to a project we did back in 2012, we worked with our Rotary Club in Hereford and we built a school in Nepal. And again, as a Rotary Club, we funded it ourselves ourselves and went out and visited the school. And I think it's educated over 3,000 children now. And you worked with us last year. It came from last year's conference, of course. The sewing workshop that we built out in Cambodia, which is already, you see Stella's updates online, is already proving really successful, so really good.
Yeah. And it's those sorts of things that as caring and responsible businesses, we all want to demonstrate it to our customer base and our schools, and show them that there's more to this business than just providing uniforms.
Yeah, and it's the right thing to do as well. It should be, every business should be people, planet, profit.
Yeah.
You know, the latter will always come if you do the first two.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we can have a look around the warehouse.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. Tim and Liz. Liz, you're here for the obviously the beautifully fitting floral jacket, unlike mine. But no, on a serious note, Tim, obviously we buy from Trutex because we know that you do the right thing in the production processes and dealing with the manufacturers. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, the warehouse here is the end result of a whole supply chain of sourcing and quality control that results in garments being delivered into the UK. And as with most garments in the world these days, they travel thousands of miles to get here. But we travel thousands of miles making sure as well that before they get here they've been made responsibly, ethically, in factories that meet all of our requirements and the international requirements in terms of the ethical trading standards that need to be adhered to, which are especially important for children's clothing and in school environment.
So do you have people on the ground in the factories?
Absolutely we do, yes. Yeah.
Right.
We have an offshore office, we have a team in the Far East who are permanent Trutex employees whose role it is to be into the factories on a weekly basis, making sure that all of the things that we expect to see are there to be seen, and that we can turn up to a factory and make sure at a moment's notice that there's nothing going on that we wouldn't expect to be seen.
So you'll go in, you won't give them notice,
No,
you'll just turn up?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah. And separate to that, we have a team, we have a technical sourcing team here as well, whose job it is to make sure that we have consistency of product, consistency of fabric, and that everything is being done to the specification that we've laid out on behalf of our schools and the customers.
Wonderful. So manufacturing Clitheroe as well, didn't you?
We did, and 151 years ago now, Clitheroe was the heart of the Clitheroe shirting company, and over the years this building has been a manufacturing unit, and it's now evolved into the warehouse that it is today. But one of the reasons that the building is like it is, and relatively low ceilings for a warehouse with lots of natural light, is that at some point in time this floor would have been full of machinists sitting at machine tables actually manufacturing goods, and now of course that's not the way that things happen in this country these days.
But you've still kept the employment in the centre of Clitheroe.
Absolutely.
So there are still, how many people work for
typically around 100 people employed through this building.
Yeah.
Absolutely one of the largest employers in the town, and part of the fabric of the community. And we have families who work here, different generations of families who work here, and it's an important part of the local community.
Excellent. So as far as the eye can see, these are blazers.
They are. Yes, this is our.
There we are. Yeah.
Yeah, this is our blazer room, and racked and stacked and ready to go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And some of these will be braided and badged in the UK as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have badging facilities and braiding facilities that provide local customisation and obviously local employment as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Excellent. And where would you say the sort of trend is going with senior school uniform at the moment, Liz?
Well, I've been with Trutex for coming into my 11th year, and I've started with Wales in the southwest, and I've now moved over to Wales and the West Midlands, and historically for me it's moved really rapidly, because it was always sweatshirts and polos. It was a bit of a joke in the sales meetings that that's all I could sell. But the trends have now definitely gone over to blazers, even in areas that are geographically a problem, for whatever reason. And I've found now that the majority of the schools are looking for value for money, which is what we're all about, and garments that are made to last. Well, obviously a blazer, albeit a little bit more expensive initially, will last that much longer.
Yes, of course.
Our blazers are, personally, I think you can't beat them, and I think a lot of schools are seeing that it is made to last now.
And the new contemporary blazer, which you're holding one of
Here,
aren't you?
I'm not quite sure if you can see it.
Certainly, when we've been into schools and showed it against the standard blazer, that the pupils always go for the new contemporary one. It's beautiful fit.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you'll never get uniform to be fashion, but it's lovely for the girls to feel that they're in something that isn't classed as old-fashioned or uniform for that matter. And the contemporary blazer just takes you away a little bit from the three-pocket traditional blazer to something a little bit more fashionable.
But you say you'll never get them involved in fashion. One thing we found by working with the schools and working with the pupils to decide is they are actually really passionate about their uniform, and they're really passionate that not only is it of great quality, the provenance is so important. We found that up at the top with the pupils, the teachers and the parents, that they want to know that they can buy a school uniform confident in the knowledge that the people that manufacture it are being fairly paid and fairly treated as well.
Yeah. But also, when I say that it's not a fashion garment, it's not a garment that's going to change with trends.
No.
It has to be something that is consistent with what the schools want.
Absolutely.
But be wearable, durable, etc.
It's got to be practical as well, isn't it? Much as when we were all at school, we would have liked to have come in a pair of skinny fit jeans. It's not practical for school uniform. Yeah. Excellent.